Our story begins in chaos. Picture this: a sterile government laboratory, the kind where moral boundaries don't exist, suddenly erupted into a massacre. Bodies everywhere, emergency alarms blaring. And in the middle of it all, a young girl, bloodied, terrified, but very much alive, makes her escape into the dark Korean countryside. Two figures emerge from the carnage: Dr. Beck, a cold and calculating woman they call the Professor, and a man named Choi, nursing a fresh head wound that our mysterious girl left him as a parting gift. They're convinced she's dead. They're wrong. Dead wrong. The girl collapses near a rural farm, where she's discovered by a kind elderly couple. She has no memory, or so it seems, of who she is or where she came from. The couple, with hearts bigger than their modest home, take her in and name her Jaeyoon. They raise her as their own daughter, never knowing they've just welcomed a walking weapon into their family. Fast forward a decade. Jaeyoon, now played by the incredible Kim Do-mi, appears to be the perfect daughter. She's brilliant in school, caring toward her adoptive parents, and has a beautiful singing voice. But there are cracks in this perfect facade. She suffers from intense migraines that seem to come from nowhere, leaving her writhing in pain. There's a strange mark on her back that she can't explain. Her adoptive mother is slowly losing herself to dementia, and the family is drowning in medical bills. Enter Myung-hee, Jaeyoon's best friend, who convinces her to audition for a reality singing competition. The prize money could save her family. It seems like the perfect solution, but as we'll learn, nothing in Jaeyoon's life is ever that simple. Here's where things get interesting. During her audition, Jaeyoon doesn't just sing.
Boy, the pipes are calling.
She unconsciously displays something far more extraordinary. Objects move without being touched. The very air seems to bend around her. She has telekinetic powers, and she's just revealed them to the world. On the train ride home, a young man approaches her. He's handsome, well-dressed, and calls himself Nobleman. He seems to know her, but Jaeyoon doesn't remember him. This encounter plants the first seed of doubt in her mind about her forgotten past. But Nobleman isn't the only one who's noticed her. Another man, scarred and dangerous, has been watching. He approaches her privately, his eyes filled with a mixture of fear and recognition. This man carries the weight of a violent history with our protagonist, a history she claims not to remember. The calm shatters when a scarred man and his henchmen break into Jaeyoon's home. They're not there to talk. They're there for revenge. You see, Jaeyoon apparently gave this man his scar in their violent past, and now he wants payback. But here's where we get our first real glimpse of what Jaeyoon is capable of. When Myung-hee's life is threatened, something awakens in Jaeyoon. The sweet, innocent girl disappears, replaced by something far more terrifying. She doesn't just fight back, she obliterates them. Every single one of them dies, and it's not pretty. The violence is swift, brutal, and efficient. This isn't the panicked flailing of a scared teenager. This is the calculated precision of someone who's done this before. Many times, just as Jaeyoon is processing what she's done, Nobleman arrives with his own gang. But he's not there to fight. He's there to recruit. He tells Jaeyoon that if she wants to know about her past, she needs to come with him. He knows who she really is, where she comes from, and what she's capable of. Faced with the choice between ignorance and truth, Jaeyoon makes the decision that will change everything. She goes with Nobleman, leaving her adoptive parents behind, not knowing if she'll ever see them again. Meanwhile, back at the laboratory, Dr. Beck has had enough of Choi's failures. She fires him, but Choi isn't going down without a fight. He assembles his own team of mercenaries because he has a secret. He has a medical condition that can only be cured using Jaeyoon's unique biology. He's not just after her for revenge. He needs her to survive. Nobleman brings Jaeyoon to a sterile laboratory where Dr. Beck is waiting. The reunion is chilling. Dr. Beck looks at Jaeyoon not with the warmth of a mother figure, but with the cold calculation of a scientist examining her greatest creation. Jaeyoon is strapped to a chair, and Dr. Beck begins a revelation. Jaeyoon wasn't just any escape test subject. She was a crown jewel of a government-approved experiment. Dr. Beck, a brilliant brain specialist, had genetically modified her to be the perfect weapon. The migraines, the powers, the incredible intelligence, it was all by design. But here's the kicker. Jaeyoon was too powerful to control. The government wanted her dead, but Dr. Beck had other plans. She injects Jaeyoon with a chemical that unlocks 100% of her brain's power. The catch: without regular injections, the migraines will eventually kill her. It's the perfect leash. Dr. Beck made one fatal mistake. She underestimated her own creation. With her full power unlocked, Jaeyoon breaks free from her restraints like they're made of paper. She doesn't just escape her bindings. She escapes through the ceiling, moving with inhuman speed and precision. What follows is a symphony of violence. Jaeyoon tears through the facility like a force of nature. She confronts Dr. Beck, demanding the chemical that will keep her alive. Here's where the movie delivers its masterstroke. In a chilling revelation, we learn that Jaeyoon never lost her memory. Everything, the innocent act, the perfect daughter routine, even entering the singing competition, was all part of an elaborate plan. She had deliberately chosen that farming couple to take her in. She had purposely revealed her powers on national television, knowing it would draw Dr. Beck out of hiding. She had orchestrated every single event to get exactly what she wanted: access to the chemical that would keep her alive and the chance to eliminate her enemies. The sweet, confused girl with amnesia was the greatest performance of all time. For 10 years, she had been playing the long game, manipulating everyone around her, including the people who genuinely loved her. But this isn't just about survival, it's about revenge. At the same time, Choi launches his own assault on the facility. His mercenaries clash with Nobleman's gang in a brutal firefight. The laboratory becomes a war zone, with Jaeyoon at the center of it all. The climax is a masterpiece of choreographed chaos. Jaeyoon faces off against Nobleman, the boy who seemed to care for her. But in this world, caring and using someone often look the same. Their fight is personal, intimate, and devastating. Jaeyoon doesn't just win, she dominates. She kills Dr. Beck, the woman who created her. She kills Choi, the man who hunted her. And yes, she appears to kill Nobleman too, though death in this world is never quite as final as it seems. Before leaving, she secures several doses of the life-saving chemical. But her final act shows that beneath all the violence and manipulation, there's still a part of her that remembers love. She gives 8 injections to her adoptive father, telling him to inject her mother once a month. It will cure her dementia. The movie ends with Jaeyoon visiting Dr. Beck's sister, seeking a permanent solution to her condition. She needs a bone marrow transplant from her biological mother to be truly free. But Dr. Beck's sister is hesitant, and Jaeyoon's trust is running thin. Then comes the final twist. A girl with a scar appears beside Jaeyoon. The scar suggests a violent history between them. Jaeyoon warns her not to attack, but the threat is clear. This new girl is another product of the government experiment, and she's not here to be friends. The movie ends with more questions than answers. Who is this scarred girl? Is Dr. Beck's sister really trying to help? Or is she just another manipulator? And most importantly, what does Jaeyoon plan to do with her freedom? The Witch, Part 1, is ultimately a story about power and the price of survival. Jaeyoon is both victim and perpetrator, created to be a weapon, but choosing to be her own master. The movie explores how trauma can shape us, how survival can require us to become something monstrous, and how the line between victim and villain is often thinner than we think. The film's portrayal of memory is particularly fascinating. Jaeyoon's false amnesia becomes a metaphor for how we sometimes need to forget who we were to become who we need to be. Her performance as the innocent daughter shows how identity can be both a shield and a weapon. Kim Demi's performance as Jaeyoon is nothing short of extraordinary. She manages to be simultaneously vulnerable and terrifying, innocent and calculating. The way she switches between the sweet daughter and the cold killer is seamless and chilling. Choi Woo-sik brings a complex humanity to Nobleman, making him sympathetic even when he's clearly being manipulative. The supporting cast, including Jo Min-soo as the ruthless Dr. Beck, creates a world where everyone has their own agenda and no one can be trusted. Director Park Hoon-young crafts a thriller that's both intimate and epic. The action sequences are brutal and beautifully choreographed, but it's the quiet moments of manipulation and revelation that really make the film shine. He understands that the most terrifying monsters are often the ones who look most human. The film's pacing is deliberate, building tension through character development rather than relying solely on action. When the violence does come, it feels earned and impactful. Hope you guys enjoyed the recap. If you did, be sure to check out other awesome recaps on the channel. As always, thank you very much for watching.